Have you ever wondered if your information is truly safe online? What if I told you one man could infiltrate the most secure systems with just a phone call and a clever trick? Today, we delve into the story of Kevin Mitnick, the hacker who outsmarted everyone. Was he a villain or a misunderstood genius? Let's find out. The making of a hacker. Young Kevin wasn't your typical teenager. While his classmates chased after social acceptance and sporting victories, Kevin craved a different kind of thrill. He found it in the whirring of dial-up modems and the cryptic green glow of early computer monitors. Unlike the perfect grades expected of him, the world of technology offered a challenge that resonated deep within him. It wasn't about achieving a specific mark, but the satisfaction of unlocking its secrets. His journey began innocently enough. Local phone phreaking, a term used for manipulating phone systems, became his first obsession. He'd spend hours tinkering with payphones, learning their codes and exploiting loopholes to make free calls across vast distances. This wasn't about saving money. It was about understanding the intricate workings of the system, a puzzle waiting to be solved. As Kevin delved deeper, his fascination shifted towards computers. He devoured every book he could find, absorbing technical knowledge like a sponge. Local libraries became his haven, filled with manuals on programming languages and computer architecture. He even managed to snag a coveted dial-up account, a getaway to a nascent online world brimming with information and, most importantly for Kevin, other curious minds. This online community, the early days of what would become the hacker underground, fueled his passion. They shared code, swapped stories of their exploits, and reveled in the shared language of technology. It was here, amidst the camaraderie and the thrill of the unknown, that Kevin's hacking skills began to take shape. The die was cast. He wasn't just a curious teenager anymore. He was on a path to becoming one of the most notorious hackers the world would ever see. The social engineer. Kevin didn't need fancy hacking tools. His weapon of choice was far more sophisticated: human trust. He mastered the art of social engineering, a psychological trick where you manipulate people into giving away information or access. It was like a magic trick, but instead of pulling a rabbit from a hat, Kevin pulled vital passwords and security codes. His methods were often audacious in their simplicity. A well-placed phone call impersonating a technician would convince a receptionist to reveal a system password. A forged ID, complete with a seemingly authoritative air, might grant him access to restricted areas. He'd leverage scraps of information he gleaned from conversations, company websites, or even dumpster diving to craft a believable persona. One infamous instance involved a cellular phone company. Kevin, posing as a legitimate customer service representative, called an employee and casually mentioned a problem with a specific phone number. The unsuspecting employee, eager to be helpful, rattled off the account information right there over the phone. This was all Kevin needed to exploit a vulnerability in the system and gain unauthorized access. These social engineering tactics were shockingly effective. Companies spent millions on firewalls and encryption, but Kevin exposed a glaring vulnerability: the human element. People, with their natural tendency to be helpful and trusting, became the back door into supposedly secure systems. Kevin wasn't just a hacker, he was a master manipulator, a social engineer who could play people like a fiddle. Escalation and elusive escape. The thrill of the hack, once a delicious rush, began to sour for Kevin. News outlets painted him as a digital boogeyman, the most wanted hacker, a title that sent shivers down his spine. The FBI's pursuit became relentless, forcing him into a nomadic existence. He bounced from city to city, a ghost flitting through the shadows. Gone were the days of leisurely research and playful exploration within the hacker underground. Now, every interaction felt fraught with danger. Kevin became a master of disguise, employing a network of accomplices to create new identities. He bleached his hair, wore multiple layers of clothing to alter his physique, and even practiced adopting different accents. He lived under constant paranoia, distrusting everyone, even those who aided him. Sleep became a luxury, replaced by the constant vigilance of a hunted animal. Despite his efforts, the net was closing in. His audacious hacks, targeting not just corporations but even classified information systems, had escalated the FBI's urgency. They poured significant resources into capturing him, determined to put an end to his digital reign of terror. One crucial misstep, however, proved to be his undoing. Fueled by his insatiable curiosity and a misplaced sense of security, Kevin targeted the computer of Tsutomu Shimomura, a renowned security researcher with close ties to the FBI. Unlike most victims, Shimomura wasn't easily fooled. He recognized the intrusion instantly and became a determined adversary. This was no ordinary hack, it was a direct challenge, and Shimomura wouldn't back down. With Shimomura on his trail and the FBI hot on his heels, Kevin's escape route narrowed. The thrill of the chase was replaced by a suffocating sense of dread. Years of running, the constant feeling of being watched, the paranoia that gnawed at him, it all came crashing down in a tense standoff with the FBI. His elaborate web of deception had finally unraveled, and Kevin Mitnick, the elusive hacker, was finally cornered. Capture, rehabilitation, and redemption. The FBI's pursuit culminated in a dramatic showdown in an unsuspecting North Carolina apartment complex. Kevin, cornered and exhausted from years on the run, knew the game was up. Surrounded by armed agents, his elaborate charades and escapes were over. The adrenaline rush that fueled his hacking exploits was replaced by a crushing sense of defeat. Kevin's capture marked a turning point in his story. Facing a lengthy prison sentence, he had a choice: remain a bitter fugitive or use his unique skills for good. In prison, a sense of introspection took hold. He devoured books on computer security, not to exploit vulnerabilities, but to understand them. He began corresponding with security experts, offering insights from his hacker perspective. A pivotal moment came when Kevin struck a deal with cybercrime author John Markoff. In exchange for a more lenient sentence, Kevin agreed to share his hacking knowledge and experiences. This collaboration resulted in the book Ghost in the Wires, a captivating account of Kevin's exploits that shed light on the social engineering tactics he mastered. Upon release, Kevin emerged a changed man. He leveraged his notoriety and newfound understanding of security to launch a successful cybersecurity firm. Companies that once saw him as a threat now sought his expertise in shoring up their defenses. He became a sought-after speaker, sharing his cautionary tale and emphasizing the importance of cybersecurity awareness. Kevin Mitnick's story is a fascinating paradox. The man once labeled a cybercriminal mastermind became a champion for cybersecurity. His capture wasn't just the end of a manhunt, it was the start of a remarkable redemption. He serves as a reminder that even the most notorious figures can choose a different path, using their skills for a greater good. Legacy of a complex figure. Kevin Mitnick's story continues to resonate in the ever-evolving world of cybersecurity. He wasn't just a talented hacker, he was a stark reminder of the human element in securing information. His exploits exposed a vulnerability that firewalls and encryption couldn't fully address: the trust we place in others and our own susceptibility to manipulation. Companies, spurred by Mitnick's notoriety, implemented stricter access controls and employee training programs focused on social engineering tactics. But the battle between hackers and defenders is a constant dance. As defenses evolve, so do the techniques employed by those seeking to exploit them. Mitnick's legacy is complex. Some see him as a villain, a reminder of the dangers lurking in the digital shadows. Others view him as a visionary, someone who exposed a critical security gap and ultimately used his skills for good. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. His story serves as a cautionary tale for all of us. We must remain vigilant, question unsolicited requests, and be mindful of the information we share online. But it also offers a glimmer of hope. Even those who have strayed can choose redemption, using their unique talents to make the digital world a safer place. The question remains, are we prepared for the next Kevin Mitnick? As technology advances, so too will the sophistication of cyber attacks. By understanding Mitnick's story, its lessons and complexities, we can be better equipped to face the ever-changing threats of the digital age. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.